All right, we are live for another and the final draft of this draft season. What I'm going to be doing here tonight is my final draft. It's the NFBC Main Event. It's my second main event. And for those who don't know, the NFBC Main Event is a 15-team 5x5 roto league, standard roto. With the only difference being a massive overall. So, and the winner of the overall wins $150,000. This is a $1,700 league. I'm picking from the 8 spot. We've got some really, really good competition in this league, including my boy Toby, Batflip Crazy, draft in there from the 11 spot. John Posma, I think the 2018 overall main event winner. John Fish drafted from the 5 spot. So Tony DiVincenzo from those Rotosaurus guys, those pesky Rotosaurus guys, drafted from the 12 spot. So it's a pretty tough league. Jason Anthony, I believe, is drafted from the 13 spot. He is a really big and successful NFBC player. So yeah, so we got about 7 minutes before this starts. I'm picking from the 8 spot. So now is a really good time to ask questions. So first question, how far do you think Mondesi is going to fall? I messed up and got him in 22 in the main 2 days ago. So Tom Kasanich just tweeted out from the 5 main events that happened earlier today, or started at, I think, 5 p.m. Pacific, so 8 p.m. Eastern. He went as early as the 30th pick, and I think as late as pick 70. So he's not dropping quite as far as I thought he might. I think people are, obviously still tantalized by the upside. And we don't really know about the severity of the injury, right? So typically oblique injuries cost people 4 to 8 weeks. But we don't know, how bad is this? Is this a, Springer-like one where he is expected to be back pretty soon into the season? Is this a more serious oblique injury for Mondesi? So I don't know. I think a lot of people don't know, obviously. So some people are still willing to take that upside and that gamble. I doubt he's going to fall far enough for me. I'm just going to say that right out, I'm, in spite of the fact I'm wearing the Justin Mason main event team shirt from 2019 when I took all the injured players, I have no intention of taking Mondesi unless he falls really, really far. So, hey, J Hook is in the house. Yep, 8 spot was my number 1 pick in KDS. I think I had the 4th, and I was fourth name in the hat. Nobody taken 8, so I am at the 8 spot, which is great because I had the 5th spot in my first main event. I did not love that spot. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what I love necessarily. I either want to be, kind of somewhere between 6 and 9 or right at the front so I can guarantee myself DeGrom or Cole. So there we go. Hey, it's great to see the War Dog in the house, one of my favorite people who play fantasy, and he was on Survivor, one of my favorite shows. So, that's awesome. Good to see you, War Dog. I'm assuming you're all done with your drafts, right? So, do I do any cut line teams? So this year I did not do any cut lines outside of the Raz Slam League, which is a free league. So I did the cut line last year for the first time. I actually really enjoyed the format. It's a really great format. The problem with it is I don't love the ROIs, the return on investment. You pretty much get your money back or maybe a little bit more for winning the league. And so everything goes into the overall. I put together a damn good team, went up against Curtis Jones in my cut line, and he had he was I think second in the overall for most of the season and stuff. Instead of the fact I had a fantastic team, it didn't make any money. So unfortunately, I'm I may try one of their best ball leagues next year or something like that, because I believe it's the same kind of format, but I did not do any this year. So we got about 3.5 minutes. Oh, Yancey Eaton in the house. I will be I will be checking in on the chat here and there as things go. If I miss things, when people are talking, that's because I do have to focus on this draft. And so I can only focus on, 2 or 3 things at once. Sometimes I let the chat go a little bit. But feel free to throw in any news that you hear if things break during the draft, or if you have questions, as long as they're not super in depth questions that I really have to think about. I'm happy to chat about that kind of stuff. Mostly what I do is I just kind of chat about the draft as it's going. You guys help me stay focused, and I love that. So I'd appreciate everybody hanging out. So we're gonna be starting here in about 2 minutes. I'm at the 8th spot. I don't know what that means in terms of the way my draft's going to shape up. I typically like the 8th spot because I believe there are 8 elite players, or top 8, and then a small drop off to the rest of the first round. And so I know I'm going to get one of those 8 guys at the 8th spot. So, and then of course I'm, closer in the second round than the guys who also got one of those 8 elite guys. So we'll see. We'll see who kind of ends up there. It's one of those things that actually, my wife's you shouldn't do it. It actually helps me stay focused a little bit, and every once in a while someone throws a nugget into the chat and I go, ooh, I didn't think about that, or I kind of forgot about that person. So I like doing these streams. They're a lot of fun. So it's, something I will continue to do. Obviously, I'll at least do one of my mains next year live in New York. So I can't really do a live stream then because everybody will hear me when I'm talking. So, but that being said, I will definitely do a lot of my drafts that I do online next year. So if anybody wants to watch another live stream of Main Event, Colin Weatherwax, he's in a different league. He is doing it. It's over on Twitch. So you can go check in. Colin's a good player. He won a Main Event league back in, I think, 2019. Took last year off, or 2018 maybe. He won it. I can't remember. So he's a really, really good player. Took last year off. Slowly getting back into it, though. I say slowly, and he went from not wanting to play in any leagues again this year to I think he's in 7 leagues now. So, the only requirement for GA membership is a desire to stop gambling, apparently. So, and Colin does not have the desire. So, start here in about 40 seconds. So here we go. And I'll just talk things out kind of as we go. I've seen a few of John Posma's drafts. I don't know what direction he's going to go. I assume usually when you try to get the number 1 spot, like he did, you've got someone targeted, and it's usually Jacob deGrom. So my assumption is deGrom will go first or pretty soon thereafter. But I'm pretty open to who I'm going to take. Obviously it'll depend on who gets there at number 8. So here we go. Starting things up. Going to light up a cigarette. Oh, and I got to remember to turn off the sounds on the software. Dun, dun, dun. I apologize for that. I don't even know if you guys heard it or if it was just in my ear. It was clearly not just in my ear because I don't even have my headphones plugged into the proper spot. All right, so here we go. I'm so ready for tomorrow, too. I just set up my brand new TV in the office. I can't wait. I really can't. It's going to be a lot of fun. I feel like we got kind of gypped out of a real opening day last year. So I'm really glad that, they're not just doing an opening night where there's just one game and we're getting a full slate. Okay, so here we go. All right, first guy off the board, Jacob deGrom, like I predicted. Then we got, it was Acuna. Acuna, then Jacob deGrom. Then Tatis. So pretty standard. Then Juan Soto. Then Garrett Cole. All right. So I know I'm not getting a pitcher here in this first round unless I want to reach on someone, but I'm not going to do that. So kind of just depends. There goes Shane Bieber. Okay, so now I'm going to have a choice because Bieber is not a part of my top 8. So I'll have a choice between whoever Hurley does not take here. And I have a preference. It was Mookie Betts. So, okay. Here we go. I'm going to take Trey Turner. That's my boy. I'm getting the speed early. Don't want to mess with the speed late. He's, hopefully Turner wasn't one of the Nats that either got COVID or is quarantining. That's a little scary, but I'm ready. So Trey Turner, the first guy for me off the board. He had Mookie Betts got there, I would have taken Betts because I don't have any shares of Betts this year. Trey Turner, I love that. That's a great moniker. I love that nickname. And there goes Yelich. Okay, Yelich goes over Trout. Here we go. Interesting to see what happens here. There goes Trout. Okay. So now Toby's on the clock. I assume he's going to take like Giolito. He is a guy who likes the pocket aces. He also likes taking a starter early. So would not surprise me if he goes Giolito. There you go. Tony's up. So I don't know what Tony's going to do here. I think he would have taken Giolito, but I'm assuming he's going to take Jose Ramirez. They're Cleveland guys, right? All those Rhodosaurus boys. Why are Mookie and Trout going so late? It's not late. I just think you can there's not a huge distinction between like the top 8 guys, at least to me. And now with pitchers getting pushed up there goes Trevor Story. Interesting. All right. Not that I dislike that. I'm just surprised he didn't go Ramirez right there. So Jason Anthony's about to get Ramirez on the cheap right there at 13. He went Yu Darvish. All right. People are really pushing up the starting pitching. And there goes Max Scherzer. Wow. Okay. People are really, really, really pushing it. Okay. So we're going to see real quick, like how many starting pitchers go in this one. It's going a lot faster than I thought it would, especially if people start double tapping on pitchers here in the second round. That's really going to thin the pool. We'll see what makes it back around to me in the second. They should both be top 4 picks. I think you can make the argument that they should be. I think you can also make the argument that other people should be. And so I think it's just a matter of preference, right? So what's Colin's Twitch name? I think it's at Colin Weatherwax. You should be able to just search. They might be C Weatherwax 13 or Colin Weatherwax 13. Got on the turn, taking a little bit of time here. Took Freddie Freeman. There we go. Is he going to skip on starting pitching? Or is he gonna take another starting pitcher off the board? Harper. So he goes hitter. Now let's see how many of these guys. There goes Nola. So we got our first pocket aces. All right. There goes Jose Ramirez. So still got to Anthony. He just went 18th. Surprising to me. So, all right, let's see what Tony does. There goes Bauer. Okay. All right. Now, does Toby do the pocket aces thing? He could probably take Kershaw here. He could take Flaherty here. He could take Woodruff here. Luis Castillo. That's another option, obviously. All right. So I'm going to get someone awesome here. The question is, do I want to take a pitcher? There goes Walker Buehler. Or do I want to take a hitter? I mean, kind of depends on here who Thibodeau takes here. So got a pitcher and a hitter queued up. All right. Oh, Mondesi goes 22. Wow. Okay. That is very, very interesting. All right. I'm going to take my boy Brandon Woodruff. I thought about going hitter here, but I want to, with the way pitching is going, and I assume pitching will continue to go, I want to make sure, I got Woodruff pretty high in my rank, so. There goes Flaherty. My fear was on the way back, I just wouldn't have the starting pitchers that I love to start off a rotation with, so. I assume every person who is paying $1,700 to check the news, at least at the start of the day. So I can't imagine that that you sign up for a $1,700 main event and you don't check the news. So yeah, no, you've got to know he's on the IL. The other guy in my queue is Bellinger. That was the hitter in my queue. I also, right now I don't care about saying names. I know there are people in this league watching this stream right now, because why wouldn't you, right? Why wouldn't you get information on at least one of your other competitors? But at this point, like, everybody knows the names, right? So, and there's no way Bellinger was going to make it back to me in the third. So, we'll kind of see where we go from here. So, all right. Yeah, I mean, if he's out 2 months, that you can't take him in this. You can take Mondesi in the second round. We don't know that he will be out for 2 months, but you never. Those oblique injuries are really tricky too. Okay, so then Bichette goes. Where's Bichette on my list? Oh shoot! What? Who did I miss? Hold on a sec, guys. So Reed took Lindor on draft. Lindor, and then it went Bichette on the last pick. All right, so now we're back to Posma again, main event overall winner. Were you surprised when it went before? No, I mean, I'm never surprised in these, right? So I mean, some people really, really like, certain pitchers, and I mean, this is, for most people, this is their last draft, right? Unless they're drafting in the main event that's at like 5 o'clock in the morning, I think, or something like that. So, like, people are just going to go get their guys. There goes Corey Seager. Vladimir Guerrero. All right. Blake Snell. Corbin Burns. Oh, wow. Okay. There goes Bogarts. He would have been an option, even though I already started with a shortstop. There goes Kenta Maeda. All right, so I mean, it's kind of two guys in my queue right now. Question is, who would I want to take here? I mean, I'm pretty sure neither will make it back around to me. Oh, all right. Oh, all right. I'm trying to decide between a pitcher and a hitter here. I'm gonna take Kershaw. I'm gonna go hitter, pitcher. I love Kershaw. I know I got him in my other main event, so hopefully he can stay healthy. But I took Kershaw in the second round of my other main event, so it's hard to pass up on him here. The guy drafting 2 in the other main event just took DeGrom. Man, this Snell seems like an overkill. I mean, if you think you can make up for that offense, that's a really hard thing to do. I know some people are on pocket aces, the full house. They really want to push up pitching, but would I take Mondesi at 68? I would not take Mondesi at 68. There's too much of a risk that he's out for 2 months. And then, what are we getting when we get back, Bregman, gone. I'm pretty sure I know. Well, I don't know who. What's Marte? Okay. I'm pretty sure I know who Tony's going to choose here, and it's going to break my heart. But that's okay. I made my decision. Mondesi went 37 in Collins. All right. I mean, it's too high for me. Like that, we have no idea how long he's going to be out for. And like I said, 6 to 8 weeks or 4 to 8 weeks are typically. Oh, Whit Merrifield. Okay. He went a different direction than I thought he was going to go. All right. So right now I got 3 guys in my queue. Like them both. Or like all 3. We'll see who makes it back to me. There goes Luis Robert. Seems like the main events that have happened, who's going around the 60 range. He's gone, now as high as 22 and as low, I think, is 16, is like 70 or something like that. So, I feel like 70 is too high. We just don't know. Don't have enough information. And maybe it's a steal, Well, if he's back soon, it's a steal, I guess. There goes Real Muto. That's got to piss Toby off. Though, he could have had him in the 3rd round if he wanted him. There goes Tim Anderson. He was a guy who was on my list. So down to now 3 guys in my queue. There goes Anthony Rendon, another guy who was in my queue. There goes Randy Arozarena, another guy in my queue. Okay, so now I got to start. Arozarena was the guy I was. And there goes Liam Hendricks, the last guy in my queue. All right, now I got to figure out who I'm going to take here. So, all right. So I got speed. I got some average with Turner. There goes Devers. There goes Ozuna. There goes Alonso. All right. There goes Ozuna. And there went Alonso. All right. Now I'm trying to think of what direction I want to go here. Goes Biggio. Okay. All right, so I got 36 seconds here to figure this out. All right. Come on, come on, come on. You know, I'm going to go get my guy. I'm going to take Eugenio Suarez. I'm not going to mess around. No, Scher's been going pretty early in these, so I'm not surprised. Arenado went as late as 99th. Okay, so who went before me? Biggio went before me, and then I took Suarez, and then Arenado went. Yeah, I mean, I love Suarez, and I just haven't gotten him in enough drafts, so I went for it. I was hoping maybe I could get him back around in the next round, but I'm just not going to play with it, right? Just go get your guy, be happy with it. So, not even gonna mess with it. There goes Jose Abreu. So I'm just going to start throwing some guys in my queue that are potentially guys for the next round, depending on who makes it back. So then we got Meadows goes, and we got Max Fried. There goes Lance Lynn. He's someone I would have considered, even though I already have 2 starting pitchers. Oh, I missed Hader. Hader went. He definitely would have been someone I considered. Yeah, I like this start. So Turner, Woodruff, Kershaw, Suarez. That's a good start. Got some power, got some speed, got the batting average, got strikeouts and wins. There goes Edwin Diaz. I wonder if is he going to double tap on closers right here? Brios, someone I could have considered too. I like Brios a lot this year, and I don't have enough shares. There goes Raciel. There goes Aaron Judge. There goes Glaber. Interesting the way this board is falling. All right, I've got plenty of guys in my queue right now, so I'm gonna get someone I really like here. Question is, who's gonna be the dude? Do you think any of the guys you considered versus Suarez might make it back to you? No. Well, no, one guy so far has not gone. There goes Keston Hiura. Interesting. Okay. So, don't quite understand. Jose Altuve. All right. Little like weird second base run right here. I mean, I like the depth at second base, so I'm not like it's kind of weird how many second basemen just went in these last few picks. So, so now it's up to Hurley, see what he does. And I kind of hope he takes one of the guys I'm thinking about right now, because otherwise I'm going to be put in a weird position of what to do here. He takes George Springer. Okay. Well, now I'm in a weird position. Okay. All right. I mean, I guess I'm going to take Aroldis Chapman. Is there a reason why I should not take Aroldis Chapman? Did something happen that I don't know about that's not been reported yet? I mean, I know he's suspended for the first 2 games, but oh well, right? I mean, I'm someone's going to give me that gift. I definitely would have considered him. I definitely considered him last round, so I'm not going to pass up that kind of talent right there. So we'll see if the other 2 guys. Well, I mean, there are a few other guys I would have considered right there, but yeah, I'm surprised too. Saves usually go really fast, and a bunch of other closers went. So Kyle Hendricks was the other guy I was thinking about, but I've already got 2 starters, so I don't really need another starter. I just was going to pile it on a little bit. So I was just really surprised. There goes Moncada. That Chapman made it all the way back around to me. Yeah, obviously I need some offense, but there's offense to be had. I'm not super worried about that. So we'll see who makes it back around to me. But yeah, I'm a little just surprised. All right. Yeah, the Chapman was the other guy I was thinking about in round 4. But I really wanted Suarez and I didn't want to miss out on, so it kind of worked out. That there goes Trevor Rosenthal. He was a guy that I was definitely considering with that last round pick prior to Chapman just being there. It's just kind of a weird, I'm not a big Domingo Herman guy, and it has nothing to do with the off. And Brandon Lau is the other guy, so, but that's okay. So, got 2 guys in my queue right now. Mm-hmm. There goes. There goes Baez. There goes Strasburg. Like, you could not pay me to take Strasburg. Yes, well, I believe Suarez is going to be opening day shortstop. Yeah, I understand not being a Kershaw guy, but oh, there goes Victor Robles. He was someone I just put in my queue. So, dun, dun. Matt Olson. I think it's Sal. Is that right? Oh, Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton. And then Sal Perez. And then Kenley. So now waiting on Thibodeau. All right. So 2 guys in my queue right now. And neither of them goes. All right, here we go. Nick Castellanos, come on down. So, I'm liking the way this is falling right now. I'm not gonna lie. Except for I messed up my software. There we go. Castellanos. There we go. So yeah, this is going pretty well. We'll see who makes it back around to me. But I'm liking this start. I feel like I've got everything I need already. So far I've built a really strong base. Now it's just a matter of adding to it. So here we go. Okay, so there goes, wow, McCullers and then Musgrove. Okay. I still can't do the McCullers thing, even though I've been a McCullers guy in the past. Colors and then Musgrove. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. For those of you, I mean, a lot of you are watching a lot. There goes Conforto. He was the other guy I was thinking about. John Fish, smart dude. So, for those of you who obviously you're watching the stream somewhere, but there's lots of different places to watch the stream: YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter. Go subscribe all those places or follow me, whatever, because it helps me out. There goes Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Do you like Kimbrough at all? Yeah, he's looked atrocious in spring, but I mean, I think he's got that job. So, that's. So I'm not, I'm not opposed to taking him, but he was a guy who was in my top 10 for closer because it was just so scary, but he's fallen out of that. So, there goes Teoscar, who I'm not in on this year after being in on him forever. Kittle Marte. Kimbrell has only been terrible for 2 years. I'm pretty sure it will change. If you look what he did after his first 4 outings last year, he was one of the best relievers in baseball. So, I mean, now that's a small sample on top of a small sample, obviously, but like who else is going to, close there? Roman Wick is injured. Thank you. Eddie Rosario, he's a guy I really kind of like this year. But he typically goes later, and that's why I like him so much. So Simeon, that's a good pick. Thanks. I try to keep balance, especially in these ones with an overall. There's someone I really want to make it back to me, and they literally said that, and then he goes. So Nelson Cruz, I've got a ton of Nelson Cruz this year, but so it's not a huge loss that I missed out on him, but still, it hurts my feelings. Hurts my feelings. So now I've got 3 guys in my queue. There goes Urias, who is not my queue. Urias, one of the two. Sandy Alcantara. All right. There goes Muncy. No Muncy for me in this draft, apparently. I wouldn't have been taking him here anyways. There goes Jordan. Jordan kind of fell in this one. I've been seeing him go quite a bit higher, so that's a little surprising. All right, so now here's the question. Yeah, pitching is getting really pushed in this one, and I don't want to overreact to it, but at the same time, I don't want to underreact to it. So I'm kind of deciding between a few people here. But I got 19 seconds. So I got to decide quick. All right, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take Pablo Lopez. I love me some Pablo Lopez. I didn't get him in my last main. I kind of wish I had. And I'm gonna hope the guys I just passed on, one of them makes it back to me. So I have got 3 other guys in my queue. But Lopez has kind of been a guy that I've really planted my flag on this year, and I really like. So thanks, Yancey. So got to see who makes it back to me in the next round. Can go a lot of different options, obviously. Because I've got seeing more pitchers off the board. So, as I went Lopez, and someone went Bundy, and then someone went Zach Wheeler, and then goes Wilson Contreras. Goldschmidt. I'm pretty hopeful that someone here is going to make it back to me that I like. Oh, there was one of the guys. There was Ryan Presley. Brad Hand, mini closer run here. That's fine. I already got my main closer, so I can always wait a little bit for my next one. There goes McNeil, who petrifies the fuck out of me this year. Hit that first home run in the first spring, or his first spring training game, their second. And since then it has hit like below 100. And now he's not going to be even batting anywhere near the top of that lineup. He's shown no power speed. and really a very little patience in spring. Now, I mean, it's obviously spring. We don't want to overreact, but at the same time, I'm a little wary of all that. So there goes Ian Anderson. And then Byron Buxton. I'm definitely going to get someone I like here. Because I got 5 people picking in front of me. I got 5 people in my queue. Someone's going to jump someone. Oh, except for I messed up somewhere. Because Anderson and then Buxton. That's who. Yeah, Kershaw in third. I took Kershaw in the second in my first main event. So to get him in the third, like, I wasn't actually planning on taking another starting pitcher in the third after taking one in the second. There goes CJ Cron. Yeah, I was not planning on taking another second pitcher. I was going to take a pitcher in the fourth, but with Kershaw there, I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. I mean, a bunch of the guys that were in my queue last round are still there. So I still feel, and there goes Gosman and CJ Cron, or sorry, not Cron, Swanson. And there goes Tommy Edman. All right, well, here we go. There goes Mike Moustakas. All right, well, none of the guys in my queue went. So I'm going to take a share of someone who I took in my last main because I want some power with some batting average, and that's Charlie Blackmon. Just seems a little redonk that he's still here. You are not seeing things, J Hook. He's definitely someone I was thinking about. But I feel like Black. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I really I'm loving this team so far. So I'm not going to complain at all about this start. So I mean, I'll be shocked if a bunch of the guys in my queue don't go here pretty quick. So I'm going to actually start adding. There goes JD Martinez, who is in my queue. Start adding a few more guys in my queue right now. Just in case some of them go. Just see what John Fish does here. Really smart player, buddy of mine. Yeah. So the push on pitchers, I think, is having a domino effect where hitters are really falling. Dylan Moore. I've been kind of ambivalent on Dylan Moore this year. That may come back to bite me, or it may turn out to be smart, but we'll see. There goes Rizzo. He was kind of the guy I thought I would end up with because I was sure Blackman would go. And there goes Cabrera Hayes. So see, now people are hitting my queue hard. There goes Stanton, another guy in my queue. There we go. So now people are starting to fuck me over a little bit. That's okay. All right. Stanton just went. Yeah. Oh, as you thought of him, yeah. I think Moore's going too early. I mean, Moore is like one of those guys. He either is going to exceed the value of where he's going, or he's not going to come close to it. So, like, he's a real boomer bust kind of guy. I took him in some early drafts before his price was insane. But I haven't been able to pull the trigger on him. I guess Josh Bell. That was someone I was definitely thinking about. There goes Jordan Romano. I was wondering where Romano was going to go. All right, so we got a few guys in the queue right now. Hoping one of them makes it to me. Okay, Matt Chapman just went. There goes Sixto. Not that people should be afraid that he isn't on the opening day, but I'm just surprised he went this early, considering he's not on the opening day. All right, so we got 4 guys in my queue, 3 guys picking ahead of me. So some of them I put in the queue for later. So we'll see what happens here. There goes Will Myers. All right. Nobody take who I want. Nobody take who I want. No, oh, Will Smith. Not who I wanted, but all right, Hurley, don't fuck me over here because I don't want to have to make a decision. I want to just be able to pick the guy I want. No, just people. The pitching has been really, really pushed up in this draft. So I mean, that's why like we're seeing hitters who normally would not be here kind of fall. So it's not like super surprising or anything. Like just guys, guys have fallen, or hitters have fallen. There goes Kimbrel. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think I know what I'm taking. I'm just looking at something real quick. I'm going to take Andres Jimenez. That's my boy. I know some people are going to think that's a little early, but I'm getting more speed, which is harder to get later. Then I don't have to worry about any sort of rabbits. Plus, he's triple eligible. So, and I don't think he'll make it back to me is the problem. There goes Verdugo. Verdugo. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Mondesi went super early. It went like 22 or 23, which to me seemed insane given the news today. You know, but maybe he just didn't think he was going to get him in the third round, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't have touched him. He has gone as early. Oh, there goes Patrick Corbin, my boy. He was definitely on my list. Not that I don't need pitchers right now, but he's top pitcher on my list. Oh, Laureano. Tommy Pham. Correa. Surprised Correa lasted as long as he did here. That's a pretty good value on him. Oh, shit. I fucked up. So I put Will Smith, the catcher, before. It was Will Smith, the pitcher. Not that I was going to be on either of them, but okay. Oh, that's what it was. Karinchak. Solaire. That's a good pick. And then Franmil. Solaire, and then Franmil. And then Freddie Peralta. Wow, 138 for Freddie Peralta. That's so I got to move the board down for you guys. I apologize. Remind me to do that if you see, like, it's, obviously you can't see who's going. So, just yell at me. Tyler Molly. Michael Brantley, that was who I was really queuing up right there. Dylan Carlson. All right. And then he goes here in Savali. All right. Okay, so here we go. Definitely going to go offense right here. Is it too soon? Is it too soon for... Oh, shit. All right. I know I'm going to take, but I messed up my board somewhere. Who did I miss? Anthony took... Oh, no. Let's see. Oh, Karinchak is who I missed. All right. Here we go. Joey Gallo, baby. I need power. And I have average, so we'll see if I have average now. Oh, shit. So I got to fix my board while people pick. Yeah, Gallon does, of course, look appealing, but I've already taken Gallon once in the main event, so it's hard for me to do that again. All right, so it went Karinchak, then Solaire, then it went Franmil, then Peralta, then Molly. Then it went. Oh, Toby's the one who sniped me on Brantley, Carlson, Savali, and I took Gallo, and then Nick Senzel went. Nick Senzel. Why am I not seeing Nick Senzel? There we go. All right, then Ian Happ was the guy I was debating on, and I love Ian Happ, but I've got a lot of shares, and my team desperately needed some power right there. So it just made a lot of sense to go Gallo, and then I'll make up the average later. Though, I still seem okay in average, actually. So in spite of that. Baum is someone I would have considered next round to kind of help make up that average. Where's Baum? Baum. He's listed under third base. All right. So now we're caught up. Do you play OOTP? I do not. Mostly because I don't have the I do so much content that, and I also have a family that I really can't afford to distract myself with something else. All right. So now I got my whole queue has been destroyed, so I gotta add to it right now. There goes Bryant. Yeah, someone just mentioned him in the chat, and I didn't want to say anything because we're at that point now where I'm not going to say names of guys I'm thinking about, obviously. But yeah, he definitely would have been someone I thought about. All right. There goes Amir Garrett. I think that's a good pick. I know people are saying, or the Reds are being like, well, we don't have a set closer. But yeah, whatever. Fuck off. Yeah, you do. Okay. So, and then it went, oh, I need to find Garrett. There goes Stroman. Yeah, I've heard it can really suck you in, and that would be something I would really enjoy outside the park, but I just can't risk it sucking me in because I just have too much going on. Maybe it's something in the off season I could think about, but it just, it would not work for me. There goes Gallon. Knew he'd go eventually, but it wasn't going to be with me. And there goes Neris. That was someone I was actually thinking about there. Okay, so I do need to figure out who I'm going to take here. There goes Trent Grissom. It's a good deal on Grissom if he is back quickly. Okay, there's your Urquidy. Urquidy. There he is. All right, I got someone in the queue. I'm just kind of debating what I want to do here. I'm going to get a little bit more average and take Urshela. So with taking Gallo, I need to give a little bit of an average bump. So how long is Kyle Lewis out for? I have no idea. But he just hasn't been in my even thought process with So there goes Solak. It's kind of a bummer that the Rangers cut Odor because Solak would have likely played some third and gotten third base eligibility. Bold prediction. Dustin May ends as LA's #1 starter. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I like how bold that is. That's for damn sure. But yeah, that's not going to happen. There goes Jake McGee. Okay. Anthony Santander was who I was thinking about last round. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but I just want a little bit better average base. So Trevor Rogers, as Miami's #1 starting pitcher, I don't think that's going to happen either. There's too many good starting pitchers there. Okay, so then we just had Paxton go. Where's Paxton? And then we had Dom Smith go. Smith's guy I was kind of considering a little bit there. And then Kyle Lewis finally went. Dun, 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 dun. So the strong pitching starts allowed me to not take much pitching, but at some point I will have to pick up more pitchers. Chris Bryant's get traded to the Braves. Interesting. That's an interesting bold position or bold prediction. Dom Smith over Urshela. Nah, I don't know about that. Urshela's going to play every day in that great lineup. Dom Smith. I mean, the rumor about the DH today threw everybody for a loop. One, I don't necessarily buy it. There goes Herman. And two, Ohtani. I was wondering where Ohtani was going to go. He seemed to be on the board for way too long. I'm not big on Ohtani just because I don't like the headache in a weekly format, but I'd started thinking about it. Now all the UT only players are gone, so puts me out on that, this is one of the few drafts I have not gotten some UT only player. I tried, I'd wanted Stanton, but just wasn't willing to pop on him around earlier. So pretty sure I know where I'm going here. There goes Jordan Hicks. Hicks. But I should probably have a backup just in case I get sniped. Oh, man. Oh, shit. I fucked up. Oh, damn it. Okay. All right. DiVincenzo. Trap. All right. There goes Hosmer. There goes Montero. All right. Santander. Sorry, guys, I messed up my software and I had to go back a little bit. So Paxton, then Tom Smith, Kyle Lewis. Tom Smith, Kyle Lewis. Then Clint Frazier. Then Domingo Herman. Oh, I was actually thinking about Trey Mancini too. Herman. Ohtani. Where's Hicks? Hicks. Was it Hicks? Oh, no, Jordan Hicks. Hicks, then Hosmer, then Montero, then Mancini. I got someone in my queue, so if I get auto drafted, and it's my boy, I'm taking Manny Marco. Let's go, baby. All right, I got to add Mancini. It's probably an outfield. Yeah, there we go. And then my boy, Manny Marco. Boom. Boom. Loving this team. Loving this team. Everybody else can start reaching for speed. I got plenty of it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Yeah, I like this team a lot. You're going to start getting some more pitching here, but I'm liking this team a lot. All right, so then we had Grandal go. We had Soroka go. There goes Kluber. Yeah, because people are going to buy into those, to Hampson all the time. I mean, I was one of the bigger Hampson stands out there in 2019, and he bit my ass. I had to drop him, and then fucking, he had the hot September. Won other people leagues, not me. So, just not going to be on my team, which is fine. Oh, that's gonna piss off Fish. Okay, so Posma went. Oh wait, Posma finally sniped me. Took Anthony Bass, and then he took Sean Murphy, and then Eflin went. That's who's gonna be, Fish gonna be pissed off by, because he is the biggest Eflin guy. So goes Colton Wong. I love me Colton Wong, but just not what I need right at the moment. I've got speed. I need more power than anything else. Leota Taveras. Again, don't need the speed right now. All right, I got to figure out who I'm going to take here. I've got a couple guys in my queue, but might be a bit early on them. Kind of look and see. Chris Bassett. Mr. Bassett. All right, so I think I've kind of figured out who I want to take here. There goes Daniel Bard. We're having a little bit of a closer run. Question is, do I want to jump into it or not? So that's speed power. Sounds like you're eating Scope in second. Well, I got Jimenez at second right now, so I'm okay there. So I think I know who I'm gonna take here, but I'm just kind of. There goes Justin Turner. I like that pick, but I've already got 2 third basemen, so not super worried about that. All right, I'm just kind of looking at my list and seeing if there's anybody I'm missing here. I think I'm going to take a guy that I don't have a lot of shares of, that I want to try to get a share of here. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anybody I should be pulling the trigger on. Yeah, I'm going to take him. I'm going to take Jameson Taillon. He's been great in spring. Giving off serious Samuel L. Jackson vibes from Jurassic Park, smoking a cigarette. I'm gonna try to quit here. So, this may be the last time you see me smoke on a live stream. Hopefully, Schwarber's someone I was considering, but pitching was a bigger priority. And there goes Kalenic. I thought about taking Kalenic right there, but I already have 4 outfielders. Didn't really need that right now. So Toby's been sniping me, which doesn't usually happen. Toby and I usually approach things in such a different way. There goes Mitch Haniger. That typically we're not in each other's business that often, but he's I'm doing things a little bit differently and he's doing things a little bit differently. So oh shit. Undraft. Okay. I fell behind. I fucked up my software again, so hold on. Did I not give myself Taillon? Was that the problem? No, I did give myself Taillon. Taillon, Schwarber. Oh, Mountcastle's who I missed. All right. That's the problem. So Mountcastle, then Schwarber, then Kalenic, then Eliezer Hernandez, then Haniger, then Madrigal, then, oh, damn it. It wasn't Eliezer Hernandez. It was Haniger, then Madrigal, then Eliezer Hernandez. All right, now I'm caught up. All right, there goes Kikuchi. He's someone I could have thought about. Where is Kikuchi? All right. Add a few more guys to my queue here. Lindor, 10 years, $340 million. Did that happen? You look really sexy with those glasses. Thank you, baby. Did that happen? 10 years, 340 million? I thought he wanted like 13 years. I had said 11, 350 was my guess. All right, what is Bosch going to do here? Apparently he maybe didn't mean to take Kikuchi. Okay. Well, this gives me time to look at some different things. I don't know what's going on. His ranking list isn't refreshing. Okay, well, that kind of sounds a little bit like a personal problem, but whatever. You should be not drafting off the software. All right, well, I'm going to go take a quick piss. I'll be right back because things are paused. I don't know how, but yeah, be right back. Be back in like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. I love how I say all right, like I just got sniped all that time and he fucking then takes my gun. All right, well that sucks. There goes Denelson Lamet. I love Andrew Haney. I did not get him, I don't think, in either of my mains. So that's a little bit brutal. All right, where's Lamet? And of course, Toby takes Drew Smiley. Not surprising at all. All right, just kind of looking at something real quick before I get on the clock. Evolity goes. There goes Greg Holland. Okay. All right, so I'm on the clock. I'm a little torn here on what I want to do. Oh, and somehow I fucked up my list again. Okay. I think I'm just gonna take Richard Rodriguez and get my second closer. He's Pittsburgh's closer, but I think he's kind of locked into saves. So okay, so now I got to figure out where I messed up my board. Oh, I missed Ty France. There we go. Bump, 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 bump. All right, so Mr. Ty France went. Then Lamet went. Then McCutcheon went. Then Smiley. Then Iovaldi. Then Holland, Richard Rodriguez. All right, so where are we at now? Okay, and then Cigarette just went. Okay. Whew, all right. So how we doing? You guys can throw questions or stuff into the chat. Helps me kind of break up a little bit of the monotony of just sitting here drafting. Obviously, no in-depth questions. Gallo! He's mine. How's your main event going, Colin? Davies off the board. Lux off the board. Fish loves Zach Davies. Lux. There goes Colomay. There goes Austin Hayes. All right. Okay, so quick recap of my team so far. I went Trey Turner. I'm drafting the 8th spot. I went Trey Turner, Brandon Woodruff, Clayton Kershaw, Eugenio Suarez, Aroldis Chapman, Nick Castellanos, Pablo Lopez, Charlie Blackmon, Andres Jimenez, Joey Gallo, Gio Urshela, my boy Manny Margot, Jameson Taillon, and then in the 14th, I just took Richard Rodriguez. So I like my team a lot right now. Obviously, I drafted it. So now we got Straw coming off the board. Interesting. People reaching for speed. This is why I wanted to take who I took earlier. Max Kepler. I like Max Kepler a lot. I just haven't found myself taking him. Willie Castro. I've gotten a few shares of Willie Castro. Doesn't really fit what my team needs at the moment. I'm going to be in a really tough spot here in a second. I pretty much know the 2 guys I've got queued up right now. Oh, actually, 3 guys that I've got queued up for this round. So there goes Diego Castillo. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to get one of them. The question is which one and why are okay. I understand why one of them's on the board still. So I'm just surprised one of them's on the board. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. I think it was Brady Singer. There goes Taylor Rogers. All right. Where to go here? Where to go? Need some offense here. Oh, all right. going to take Hunter Dozier. I like what Hunter Dozier. I think people are. Whoa, I'm really far behind on something. Okay, I fucked something up. Damn it. Oh, I missed Christian Walker. So Christian Walker went to Reed. All right. So, and then it went Taylor Rogers. I mean, people are just not giving Dozier enough of a pass for getting COVID last year. Then went Rogers, and then I took Dozier. Plus, he's first and outfield eligible, will gain third base, having a big spring. Andrew Vaughn was the other guy I was thinking about. I was actually considering he's in the opening, going to be, part of the opening day roster. I was actually just surprised that Vaughn had been sitting there for so long. Marco Gonzalez, another guy I was thinking about. Emilio Pagan, a guy I was not necessarily thinking about because I already have two closers. Luck's way too late. Can you talk about why I love Affini? Because when his mechanics are right, he's unhittable. That's why I love him. Problem is sometimes his mechanics get out of whack. Austin Riley, who's been like a big riser during draft season, and I get why he's got an everyday job, but at the same time, like, he's so streaky, so streaky. So I've got some really good flexibility with Dozier and Jimenez. Suarez will gain shortstop. So right now I've got 2 catcher spots, a middle, a util, an outfielder, and 3 pitcher spots available. There goes Gary Sanchez. Right about time for him. Dylan Cease. Damn it. I was kind of hoping to get him a little bit later, but obviously people are just seeing that huge spring and they're on board. All right. Dun, dun. Gary Sanchez will hit over. Yeah, but the question is, like, what's the average for Gary Sanchez? There goes Luke Voit. I mean, this is one of the latest I've seen Voit go. That might end up being a really good pick once he's healthy. The problem is he's already dealt with like 2 injuries this spring, and one's going to keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. All right. Kind of wondering what's going to happen here. Oh, Jesus. Do we have another issues? It's the same guy. Yes, I can move the screen. Sorry. We're on. The same guy has asked for help. So I don't know what's going on. He's having some issue. He got auto-drafted on Luke Voit. Okay, so he's bringing Luke Voit back out. Having some internet problems, apparently. Which, somewhat excusable, I guess. All right. Just kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do here next. I've got a few guys in the queue. So just trying to see if I'm missing anybody. Missing anybody. Why am I not seeing his name? There it is. All right, so there goes Bennett. Oh, wait, so he ended up taking. Did he mean to take Voight? Okay, he's okay with Voight. Okay, so he wants Voight, and then he takes Benintendi. There goes Donaldson. There goes Keuchel. Okay. Oh, there goes Sean Manaea. Ah, Toby again. Okay. I was looking something up. Sorry, guys. Damn it. All right, so. And is it on? It's on me. Okay, so it was Keuchel, then Manaea, then Tapia, then Eduardo Rodriguez. Erod. Okay. So now I've got someone there. Wait a little while there. All right, I'm taking Ryan Yarbrough. That's my boy this year. I've been getting a lot of Ryan Yarbrough this year. And somewhere along the lines, I messed up my sheet. So it was – I missed Trevor Rogers. Dun, dun. Oh, and I don't have the chat up. Sorry, guys. I didn't have the chat up for a second there. So I missed Trevor Rogers went. He's been a really popular sleeper, which means he's not a sleeper, right? But still going pretty late. I don't know if I buy in like other people necessarily, but right, then Keuchel went. Keuchel, and then Manaea, and then Tapia, and then Eduardo Rodriguez, Yarbrough. For me, Yarbrough. Love Yarbrough. And then Paul DeYoung just went. Frankie Montas went. I've been tempted on Montas quite a while. Filling up pitching in the yeah, I'm adding to my pitching. I mean, I started pitching heavy early, but I'm also I'm kind of picking and choosing who I'm taking pitching wise. I don't want guys who are going to hurt me ratio wise. Because with Kershaw and Woodruff, I should have plenty of strikeouts. There goes Barnes. But I also don't want to fall behind. Just because I gave myself a nice start with pitching doesn't mean I want to fall behind either. So, all right. So let's see. McCann went. Did I put McCann? Yep, I put McCann in there, and then Fletcher went. Question is, where the hell in the software is Fletcher? Because he's eligible everywhere. Shortstop. That's fine. All right. Boom. There goes Ryan McMahon. I like that Ryan McMahon play. He hasn't looked great, though, in spring, even with the swing change, though. Yeah, I mean, Yarbrough probably could get an opener. I'd be fine with that. Last mean, I felt you didn't add Michigan Union Meeting Wells. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I did all right in my last main. Definitely not. I'm liking this team better, for sure. Things have just fallen way better to me in this draft than they did in the last one. So all right. Kind of just putting some guys in my queue real quick. Oh, there goes Devin Williams. I was wondering when he was going to go. I've almost taken him a couple times just because he's fallen so far. Gregory Soto. All right, here we go. All right, I've got one guy kind of at just the top of the queue. I literally just put Nick Wickren in my queue. I wasn't going to take him this round, but literally just put him in my queue, and he goes. Definitely have a guy at the top of my queue. So, kind of debating who else might work here. I've done a good job with the balance. I can see Devin Williams get 4 to 10 saves through strikeouts, but eating innings and getting decent strikeouts. Yeah, I do like that pick. I think he falls because people, the Brewers have said they're going to use Hader in a more traditional closer role, which means he gets the majority of the saves. So unless the Brewers trade Hader at some point, or he gets hurt, I guess. All right, so there we go. So Reed took Kike Hernandez. There he is. And then Lorenzo Cain just goes. All right. I'm gonna take Jake Cronenworth. I don't have many Jake Cronenworth shares. It looks like he's going to be playing every day and probably batting second, at least to start. So, plus the positional flexibility, just adds to my flexibility, which I love. So, gives me some runs too. Get it for a decent batting average. Might steal some. So I got plenty of stolen bases. I'm not worried about stolen bases one bit. Anything I might be a little light on power, but I can still address that with plenty of guys, especially because I've done a good job of giving myself a pretty good average floor. Yeah, Dozier is someone I've kind of jumped on late in draft season. I wish I'd gotten more. I was a big Dozier fan coming into the last few years, and people just aren't giving, giving him any sort of discount considering he, lost time with COVID. So, all right, so there goes Justin Upton. Toby was talking about him last night, so it's not surprising he took Upton there. That could have been a guy I looked at, but I like the price there on Cronenworth. Do I use special software or own spreadsheet? Both. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes I get lost in what I'm doing and I'm not talking to you guys quite as much, is because I've got software that helps me kind of track my balance. But I use my own ranks to draft. There goes Mike Minor. And then Aaron Hicks. And then Fairbanks. So I've got to bounce it around quite a bit to a lot of different things all around the same time, at the same time. So, Herman Marquez, I was wondering when he was going to go. His first two starts are going to be in Colorado. So it's can't really use him. I mean, obviously he'll pitch outside of Colorado too when you can use him. I just don't like taking a guy like that I can only use in certain situations. Dun, dun. All right. So right now I've got two position players. A UT, two catchers, a UT, and then pretty much any other position. So pretty much two UTs because I've got so much positional flexibility. There goes Tanner Scott. So I can go a lot of different directions. I also have a few pitcher spots available. Okay, so there goes Robbie Ray and then Soria. A little worried on Soria. Always worried on Robbie Ray. I used to be a Robbie Ray guy. So Soria. Polanco. Toby's just getting all his guys, which is what you should do, right? As long as you're building properly. All right. So I've got a guy queued up here because I need a certain category, and this guy fulfills that category. And he's having a big spring, and people aren't talking about it. So I also want to look at somebody else. Gross. So I'm just hoping it doesn't get taken, because if he does, then I'm going to have to go a different direction, which I don't necessarily want to do. He doesn't get taken. Okay, so Pomeranz goes. I need some strikeouts, a few strikeouts. And Matt Boyd has just been staring me in the face. And he is having a monster spring. So we're going to do it. We're going to take Matt Boyd and hope that he doesn't crush my beautiful ratios that I've built. But I feel pretty good about that. Tanner Scott goes late because, one, if he is the closer, and there's no guarantee that he is the closer. Tristan McKenzie was that guy thinking about, but McKenzie is having an atrocious spring. So kind of backed off of that one a little bit. I think they're going to I think Barnes will be the closer in Boston. So Tanner Scott, though, like he's a guy that should be the guy, but Rojas's guy. I just kind of put in my queue for next round. All right, well that blows. That sucks. Anyways, as I was saying, there's no guarantee he is the guy. And even if he is the guy, he pitches for the Orioles. So they could use a lot of different guys. They used 5 different guys for saves last year. No one had more than 5 saves. Now, it was a 60-game season, so like let's say you kind of just triple that just for easy math. Like no one would have had more than 15 saves, and it wasn't Scott. So because Candelario. So, do you think I'm putting too much stock in spring performance? No, I'm not putting too much stock in spring performance, but it does. It's kind of like a little bit of a tiebreaker for me, it's kind of debating between McKenzie and Boyd. Boyd was a guy that a lot of smart people were in on last year. He looks better this spring. And I've built up strong ratios, so I can afford to kind of to suffer that a little bit if I need to. So, and I mean, he's my starting pitcher 6. If that doesn't work out, oh well, right? The rest of my staff is, somewhat pretty safe, Guess a little bit of injury risk with Kershaw and Tyon, but knock on wood. And who did I miss? I missed Jared Walsh. Jared Walsh went to... Oh, wait. Undraft. That went around the horn really fast. All right. Jared Walsh. Then Bobby Dahlbeck. Then Adam Wainwright. Eduardo Escobar, like that pick. Scooble, like that pick. Walker, like that pick. Christian Javier, hate that pick. All right, caught back up. All right, so there's a few things I need right now. that I want to address. Question is, all right, I'm going to address it right here. There goes Brandon Nimmo. He'd been on my board for a while, but he does not. While I love Nimmo, he does not fill anything of what I need right now. I've got runs, got average. I don't think he's going to steal much anyway. So there goes Molina. Might be able to get our next round. Okay. I'm going to gamble here a little bit. Depending on, obviously, I could get snaked here. How often do I draft directly from my rankings for readjusting in order and reach your need? So it depends on, it's really my draft context, right? So leave a little room for Brinson late. Yeah, Brinson's not going to be on this team. So it kind of depends on your team construct, right? So, early I tend to just draft off best player available, or if I've set up some sort of plan. And as we move through it, I start adjusting things in my head. There goes Alejandro Kirk. He was not who I was going to draft right here. But I am going to take my first catcher in Wilson Ramos. So, it's kind of, a feel thing, right? So, if I'm drafting really unbalanced early, because that's the way the board has fallen, then I need to draft for need, right? I try to stay balanced so I don't have to do that, especially in these contests with overalls. In a contest that is just a standalone league, you don't need to worry as much about staying balanced the whole time or at all. So, all right. So, because I've got such good flexibility, I can really draft a lot of different things. Marcano is actually someone I just put into my queue, and he gone. And then Brian Anderson, who I did not put in my queue, he gone. Okay. So, and then Carlos Santana, who I didn't put in my queue, he gone. All right. So at this point, you look at what, and this is why I like the software. Yeah, I like Ramos. One, and I don't have a lot of shares of him, so that's why I kind of popped on him instead of taking a guy that probably fits my team a little bit better. But I also, this is why I use ADP a little bit, is you go, okay, what's been his ADP in the last 20 main events? And you go, okay, I think I can get him the other guy next round. I know I can't get Ramos next round, or at least I don't think I can. So I take Ramos there, and then I hope that the other guy makes it back around to me. So in a standalone, I'll punt things, typically batting average, but I will punt things. Whereas in an overall contest like the main event, you can't punt things. You have to just 69 people watching right now. Nice. You have to just you have to try to stay balanced as possible. And so if you get unbalanced early, you're missing speed, or you're missing saves, or you're missing power. You have to, move things. You have to change around what your draft sheet, your ranks, whatever you want to call it, around a little bit to Brandon Workman. People think Brandon Workman's going to be the first guy up in Chicago. It's interesting. Wow, now some guys really flying off the board. All right. Okay, sorry. So Bosch did Hilliard, and then India went. All right. What software you use for your team projections? In the past I've used RotoWire. This is my first year using RotoLab. I like both softwares a lot. The nice thing about RotoLab is you can adjust. You used to be able to do this with RotoWire too. You can put your own projections in there. You can change their projections, which I like to do sometimes. I didn't do it quite. I did a little bit this year, but not quite as much. Logan Webb was a guy I had kind of pegged for a couple rounds from now. But okay, so hold on. So David Dahl goes because some people just never learn. Logan Webb goes because people in the main event are smart, and Logan Webb has looked really good and has a good first matchup. And then Isaiah Kiner Falefa goes, who would be a top 5 catcher probably. That's a joke from the ITL podcast that Paul and I were on a week or so ago. And then Mitch Keller goes, who is another guy I was debating. But right now, we're going to add the guy who is clearly the best on the board right now, at least for me, and fits my team the best as long as he doesn't get sniped here. He shouldn't. Anthony Descalfani, that's a smart pick too. Tony Desco. All right, so we're going to take Jonathan Scope here, and we'll slot him into MI. I was going to take him last round. I need the power a little bit, and I've got good flexibility, so I can move people around and put him in MI, which is great. And then Elvis Andrews goes. Scope. Andrews. And now we're through 20 rounds. Yeah, that's what it comes from. So we were on the ITL podcast, and somebody asked us where we would take Isaiah Kiner Falefa in Yahoo because he's catcher eligible. Because what they did was if you had eligibility last year, you retained it this year because of the short season. And Paul's like, I'd probably take him, 15th catcher off the board. I was like, no, he's going to play every day, every day. And how many catchers are going to play every day? Very few. He's going to steal bases. Not going to have much pop, but I think he might even lead off a little bit in Texas. I was like, he's probably a top 5 catcher. He's at least a top 10 catcher. And then we made jokes about how everybody is catcher eligible in Yahoo, which is somewhat true. All right, so 20 stolen base. I mean, even if it's 15 stolen bases, right? Yeah. And I couldn't understand why Paul wouldn't relent a little bit, right? So now he shouldn't be catcher eligible because he's not a catcher. He's not going to be a catcher again. So, but Yahoo don't give a fuck. Okay, so there goes Adam Eaton. There goes Jorge Alfaro. There goes David Peralta. So right now I've got a UT spot open, I've got a catcher spot, I got a pitcher spot, and then all my reserves. So that's where we're at. There goes Jazz Chisholm. That was someone I was thinking about a little bit. So Yuli Gurriel, that's a good pick at this point. And Tyler O'Neill, another good pick at this point. So kind of debating what I'm going to do here. I think I have an idea of it. But kind of just throwing some guys in my queue. There goes Adam Duvall. It could have been an option. All right, now I got a ton of guys in my queue. All right. Oh, there goes the top guy, McGill. I was going to take Austin Nola, even though I know he's starting the year on the IL. Wherever Cannon goes. So hold on. All right. So he went. Faulkner went Canning. And then Austin Nola went. And then Ian Kennedy went. Oh, Grichuk went. All right, so Ian Kennedy went. Then Grichuk went. All right. All right, so Lucas Sims just went. So now I can go a lot of different directions here. Need a little more power. So maybe I should go with someone with some power upside. All right, I'm gonna take Gregory Polanco. Maybe a little bit early, but I know Toby's really in on him, and so I don't know how long he's gonna last. So, and he's snipey enough. I feel like getting him back a little. No injureds. Yeah, I know. But I mean, this late, and Nola should be back pretty quick. But that's okay. So. So got a lot of. I mean, there's still a lot of guys I really like, so I'm not like super worried about much of anything. I am a little light on power, which isn't necessarily what you want to be, but it's the easiest thing to find. Though, I mean, who knows with what it looks like in terms of this the dead ball and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think Noel's healthy. I think he could easily be. Nice pick, Toby. Toby just sniped me back, so he took Carlos Rodon. All right, so I need to. All right, so I took Polanco, and then J.D. Davis went, and then Cesar Hernandez, another snipe guy I had on my queue, but I think I'm all right at second with who I got. Carlos Rodon went. Dun, dun, dun. Rodon. Boom. And then Ahmed Rosario just went. So I only need a catcher for my offense, and I need a pitcher, and then it's all reserves. There goes Joey Votto. I was literally just putting in my queue. And Tony Gonsolin. Missed him. Gonsolin. And then it went Votto. And then it went Yan Gomes. I'm a little worried about Yan Gomes. So I've taken Gomes other places, and because I like him, I feel like he's a really safe catcher. But the Nationals, brought up a bunch of people today because they've got 5 people, one person who has COVID, and then 4 other players who are quarantining themselves because of COVID. And one of the guys they brought up was a catcher. And so it likely means that either Yan Gomes or whoever the backup is there, I don't even know who the backup is one of the people that is affected by this. So that is a bit discouraging, especially because Fab won't run before we have any idea who the guys are having to sit out are. Bumgarner. There goes Carson Kelly. He is on the board for way too long. Robbie Grossman. That's a sneaky pick. Toby's obviously a great player. He's won a few main event leagues in a short time of playing. Carlos Carrasco. It's a long time to hold someone for. Dun, dun. But Toby's having a really good draft here. Sorry, I need to move the board down a little bit. Sorry, guys and gals. We are in round 22 right now. Framber. That's not a bad pick at this point, but I have lots of Framber shares, and I'm really trying to stay away from the injured guys. But I love Framber if he's healthy. All right, so I'm going to take Chris Martin here. I think there's a chance he can get a fair amount of saves, maybe split the role or maybe even take it over at some point. And he's still available. And he would be my third closer with 2 locked-in guys already. So I feel like that's a pretty good discount right there. Dun, dun. Oh, now I gotta go back to the chat. Dun, dun, dun. So this I really like the way this draft is going. So far. So right now we've got one catcher spot, and then we're going to start working on reserves here. So I've got quite a few options here. Still, I still really like a lot of what's on the board. Kevin Newman, there's some some spring training hype right there. Hottest player in spring training has been Kevin Newman. I just don't know. Oh, what happened? Okay. I missed some picks, apparently. So I picked, and then Christian Pache went. I do not understand the Christian Pache love. I do. Former top prospect. He could run a little bit. Defense should keep him in every day, but I don't think he's going to be a very good fantasy player. He's going to be a much better real-life player. Aguilar went. I do think is a good play. And, of course, John Fish, then Kevin Newman, and then Alex Dickerson, and then Alzolay. All right. And Elias Diaz. All right. TJ Antone could turn into high leverage one-inning repeat. I don't think he's going to turn into a one-inning guy. I think he's going to get his way into the rotation eventually. Carlos Martinez, a guy who I've loved, but he has been atrocious in spring. Not that it matters for him necessarily, but all right. So Syndergaard. Another long time you're going to have to hold someone. Dalton Jeffries. His schedule's pretty rough early on, so I don't know that. Kel Franco. That's a good pick. I like that pick. Justin Mason, he's in a top 3 offense. I don't know who you're talking about. Brad Keller. That Keller pick's going to be good, I think. John Fish again. All right, Logan Allen. Logan Allen. And now people are playing the streaming game. The only reason you draft Jake Arrieta is because he gets the Pirates twice to start the season. Still wouldn't do it myself, though. Okay. Now it's on me. So I'm going to do my first stash. And at pick 338, I'm going to take Alex Kirilloff. He will be up at some point. I don't know if he's going to be fantasy great, but I think he's going to be pretty good. At 338, he's worth a gamble, right? So Pache is in a top 3 offense. It doesn't matter if you're hitting at the bottom of it and you're hitting 240. Like, the offense around you doesn't make you a better hitter. And if he's hitting 8, are they going to let him run in front of the pitcher? Why? You can just bunt him over. All right, then Alex Reyes. Oh, I need to add Kirilloff to my team. Then Alex Reyes goes. Mondesi went 22nd or 23rd overall. Insane. Just insane. I'm sorry. I know people still love him, and some people aren't as worried as maybe I am, but just way too early. But I mean, I'm assuming the guy just thought he couldn't. He couldn't get him on the way back. Yeah, he went 22nd overall. Oh. Miss Stassi. All right. So it went Stassi. That could be a good pick, actually, right there. And then it went Kyle Crick. And then it went J Hat. Miss. That's damn it. All right. So we're moving along here. Crick. What? No. That went. Stassi. Then Crick. Then App. Did I miss something on Kyle Crick? Why does Toby think he's going to get saves? He's just maybe getting the next guy up, just in case something happens to Rich Rod. Morone went. And then Trammell, that's a good pick. I like that pick a lot. And then Melanson. Melicon, as my wife would call him. Gallegos. Gallegos on the board for a really long time there. Fuentes. Ottavino was on the board for a really long time too. Oh, Posey, that was who I was going to take. That's all right. All right, and Garrett Richards. That's the better streamer than Arrieta, I think. He gets Baltimore twice. And then Chad Cool goes. All right, so it's on me now? Oh, no. I got one more pick in front of me. Okay. So here we go. Got to figure out. I know it's easy. I know he's the favorite saves, but he could easily just be used in the highest leverage situation. Yeah, I mean, I guess he could, but Pittsburgh probably wants to trade him. So they're probably going to just use him as the closer, try to build up his value as much as possible, and then trade him midseason, which is fine with me. I'll find other closers. But, if I can get 15 saves before the trade deadline, I'll be pretty happy. So Adam Frazier goes. All right. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to take Kyle Isbell. I saw him in first pitch a couple years ago. Really liked him. And I think he's going to be the opening day left fielder. Now, how long he can do that, we'll see. But I really like Kyle Isbell. And I think this is a good spot for him. Let's see who my second catcher is now. Who knows? At this point, at this point I might as well wait till the end. There's a few guys that I'm probably wait another few rounds before I even think about another catcher now that Posey's gone. So, thank you. You know what? He was a guy that I just picked him up in Tout too, in Fab. So, Kyle Isbell. He's a kind of he's a prospect for the Royals. He made the opening day. Team. He's got he's got a good hit tool, some speed, some power. I think he could be a really interesting guy, especially I think he could probably be like a 10-20 kind of guy. Oh, Jay Bruce, that's a good pick right there. Okay, so someone just took Kyle Gibson. Love Kyle Gibson, but not when I have $1,700 on the line. So let's see. Jackie Bradley Jr. just went. Bradley, there you go. David Price, the reliever. John Birdie, the stolen base guy. Jay Bruce. Bruce is probably going to be under outfield, right? That's a good short-term pickup. Garcia. Garcia. It's Avasale, right? Yeah. Renfro. Cheap power. Caleb Smith. Cheap home runs. It's going really well. Quintana, there you go. I really like this team a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pack my cigarettes and mute myself. Yeah, I think it's going really well. How's it going for you? I know you texted me, but I haven't had a chance to look at it. Only Kyle Tucker is good. I too love me Kyle Tucker. I was bummed he did not make it to me in the third round. I figured he wouldn't, but Casey Mize. All right, now I gotta start thinking about who I'm gonna take here. Go a lot of different directions. Already got two outfielders on my reserve list. Well, one's a stash, one's Kirilloff. So, and one of my outfielders can obviously move to the infield in Hunter Dozier. So, let's see what we want to do here. Manuel Clase. I can't imagine he will end up being the guy. I know he's good, but I think Fish just maybe Fish has just. I know Fish has Whitgren. So maybe Fish has Fish. Oh no, he didn't get Karinchak, so he's trying to get the guys that he think might get the role for cheap. All right, so it goes Klase, then Ari Karhara or Koi Arahara. Chris Flexen, that's a good. I like that one. All right. So now it's on me. I know they named Nerys the closer, but I'm really tempted to take Archie Bradley here. Just in case Nerys gets blown up, they'll move quickly to Bradley. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, not that I need the save help necessarily, but just in case. There's always a Tigers closing situation you could go and lay it on. No, thanks. I'm light on power. That's about it. Yeah, I'm a little light on power. There goes Ryan Jeffers. Someone in the chat was like, take Ryan Jeffers as my catcher. He could have been an option, but like I said, at this point, I'm really not as worried about a catcher. Starting Castro. I'm a little worried. They brought up, oh God, the prospect? I'm worried that maybe Castro was one of the guys who got exposed to COVID. But Shoemaker went ahead of him. And then Castro. So, and then let's see, Dickerson. They brought up Luis Garcia. I could have had the Tigers closer. I don't want the Tigers closer. And Gregory Soto already went. Yeah, Luis Garcia. Yeah, he came up. So I'm wondering who got COVID and how much do they hate Carter Kieboom? That they didn't even. That wasn't the guy they brought up. They brought up Luis Garcia. So maybe it was Josh Harrison. Maybe he was the guy. They got it. Or maybe he was exposed. I need to check something real quick. Adrian Hauser. That's a good pick. He's got a decent early season schedule lined up, I believe. Also, yeah, I think it's probably Soto in Detroit. It might be Brian Garcia. But like I think Soto's got the best skills, but they may decide to go with Garcia and use Soto's more high leverage situations. There goes Tom Murphy, one of the catchers I could have considered. All right. Dun, dun. Just kind of taking a look and seeing who might be a guy to pick up. Dun, dun. Did Boss just get timed out again? Or did he mean to take Victor Reyes? and Brendan Rodgers. People are taking stashes now. Cole Calhoun, Peterson. Oh, Ponce de Leon was one of the guys I was thinking about. Evan White went. What? Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Tom Murphy. Oh, I missed someone a while ago. All right. It was Hauser went. No. All right, I don't have time to figure it out. I'm going to abandon the draft software for a minute. All right, so, okay, I'm going to take Tommy LaStella. Seems like he's fine after getting hit in the leg. First and second base eligibility, cover some spots for me. So that gives me that. Okay, so now Cedric Mullins, but I already have so many outfielders. I really they can't take Cedric Mullins on this team. So let's see. Castro and Dickerson. Oh, Franchi. So that went to Anthony. Right? All right, then it went. Where the hell am I? All right, let's go back to. Sorry, guys, trying to figure out my software mistake. Jeffress, Shoemaker, Castro, Dickerson, undraft. Okay, so then it went Cordero. Then it went Hauser. Then it went Murphy. Then he took Victor Reyes. Then he took Brendan Rodgers. Then Cole Calhoun. Then David Peterson. Are you worried about TKS? I don't know what TKS stands for. I can't think about that many things at once, so you have to spell it out. Hold on. Calhoun and David Peterson. Okay, then Evan White. Then Ponce de Leon. Then Rainey. Then LaStella to me. And then Cedric Mullins to not me. Then Carantini. Then Mats. And Austin Slater. Slater's someone I thought about too, but too many outfielders. Don't want to. Purdue. And Archer. Then Chad Green. Then Quantrill. Then Matt Bush. Profar. And Brubaker. All right, now I'm caught up. All right. Yeah, Nate Lowe is much better in on base percentage leagues, and I worry about how long his swing is. You know, it's something that Jason's really harped about, watching him play so much in Tampa Bay, and really watching him play a lot in the minors because they're. Oh, Adames was the guy I was going to take next. Okay, so I've got a different guy queued up. So I got two different guys queued up. So I got three different guys queued up. Question is, which one will be available next round? Maybe not him. Probably him. Probably him. Okay. So I'm going to take Randy Dobnak. This looked great in spring. Clearly the Cubs or the Twins believe in him because they just that's true. Longoria has been good in spring and they open up against lefties. I don't really need a third baseman though at this point. Okay, so Hurley took Houck, got sent down. And then I took Dobnak. He did not get sent down. And then Joey Wendell just went. And then Ha-Seong Kim went. And then David Bodie went. Oh, I probably should have taken Ha-Seong Kim. That's what I should have taken. All right. Michael Walker, that was a guy on my list that I thought I could get the next round. All right, well. Tony DiVincenzo, good player. A lot of good players in this league. Oh, Hawk got called back up. I did not see that. See, even when you're as in tune as I am, you miss things every once in a while. All right, so I got another guy queued up. I got two guys queued up. Just kind of Andrelton Simmons. Just went. Danny Duffy just went. Two guys I have no real interest in. Brandon Belt just went. Not interested in. All right. Wrapping up this draft here pretty quick. Move the board down so I don't have to move it down again. So we get into the last round. Justice Sheffield. And then we have Josh Naylor went. Naylor's guy's been on my list for a while, but again, don't need the outfield. Because I took Isbell and I took Kirilloff. So I think now I can turn off my fan. So I apologize if that's been annoying to anybody, but it was hot as fuck in here. earlier. So, okay, yeah. So Hawk took Erod's spot. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know how. I mean, how long is Erod supposed to be out for? Stefan Crichton. That's a really good pick this late, actually. Though he's looked atrocious in spring. And then Bobby Witt Jr. That's a good stash if you think he's going to be up early. Don't really want to take two stashes. A stash is a Cobb. Scotty. All right, here we go. On deck now. Don't snipe me. Don't snipe me. Please don't snipe me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Tim LeCastro. Okay, you did not snipe me. Good. LeCastro. All right, so I'm going to take Rafael Dolis just in case he ends up being the closer. Just taking the gamble. I might end up dropping him, at some point, but take the gamble. You like Dobnak? I like Dobnak. We all love Dobnak. What round was Aaron Hicks drafted in? Give me a second. I'll find that out for you. He went pretty late. He went in the 17th round. One of the things that we've seen that especially in the first half of the draft and a little bit in the beginning of the second half of the draft is that pitching was really, really pushed up in this draft. And so it left a lot of really good hitting values, some of which I took advantage of, but I also didn't want to be left behind in pitching. I don't think I have been. I think I've done a really good job. So at this point, I've got one reserve pick, and I have one catcher slot available. So there goes Kella. Another. I mean, I don't think Kella's going to be in line for any saves, but I have been seeing people draft him. There goes Freddie Galvis. That's a good pick at this point. And Blake Trinan. Trinan looks so good, but I think Kenley's got that job. Kenley looked pretty good too. Pedro Severino. Now people are grabbing the catchers. I'm okay getting a last round catcher. I really am. So, all right. Wrapping things up. So after I wrap things up, I'll go through my team real quick and talk about who I took and stuff for those of you, and I'll put the board up top and I'll scroll down as I go. So there's definitely there's definitely still some good players on the board. So there goes Garrett Crochet and then Yimi Garcia. Crochet. Then Yimi Garcia. And Luis Urias. He's probably into third base. Then Michael A. Taylor. So feeling pretty good about my team. And what I've done here, definitely Jason Hayward. I'm going to take an interesting gamble at the end if they leave him for me. Kwang Young Kim. Jose Trevino. All right. So we're 2 picks away. Yikes, dude. I could never pass on Trout, but that's a nice 1-2 punch. Yeah, I mean, I did pass on Trout, but I wanted the speed from Turner. I would have taken Trout had Turner not been there. But I had to make the decision, and I took Trout in a recent draft. In my OC. Okay, so Josh Lindblom. All right. Dun, dun. Just want to check a few things. Okay, so that answers that question. Then, okay, so it's on me. Kind of deciding between a few guys right here. That answers that question. Okay. All right, well, look at my team real quick. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take Jonathan VR. Just for the upside in case he does find his way into playing time because, you know, he can. So, yeah, part of the reason why I love taking Trey Turner at the top is just, you know, like you said, with the Mondesi news, I felt like people were going to really reach on speed. I didn't want to be put in the position to reach on speed, and I wasn't. I've got a ton of speed, and I just added more with VR potentially. So now we're getting down to second catcher territory. Yeah, VR may be one of my first cuts, depending on how much he's playing the first week and a half. But I figure in 29th round, it just doesn't hurt me. And if for some reason someone gets hurt, or he's playing a lot because he's got so much flexibility, plus I wanted, if Trey Turner's one of the guys that he was exposed to COVID, I don't think he was because they would have probably brought up a shortstop. But just in case, I want to have someone I feel comfortable just sliding in there at short. That's why I wanted Willie Adames earlier. All right. There goes Gomber. Kopech. All right. Gomber, Kopech, Holland. I don't know why Derek Holland is getting drafted in any league. That said it may be A only, but that's whatever. Bader. Someone's stashing Bader. Donovan Solano. That's a good pick. But I wanted someone who was shortstop eligible. I missed someone along the lines. Not that it really matters at this point. Okay, so I missed someone a while ago. Who did I miss? Fish took Trevino, then Lindblom, then I missed my own pick. I missed a VR. Dun, dun, dun. That sometimes happens. But we've only got... Oh, no, I missed 2 people. I missed Mejia. And then I missed myself. So Gomber. I like Gomber, but fucking Colorado, man. That was just like the worst possible fucking landing spot. Either Sonny Singh has a chance for saves. I mean, I like Derek Holland. I've always been kind of like a Derek Holland guy. I always thought there was going to be a big breakout. He's lasted in the league a lot longer than maybe he should have. All right, so Holland, then Kiermaier went, then Bader went, then it was Solano. So yeah, Nerys was taken really early, or well, not really early, but much earlier ago. So Bosch went Weaver, and then he took her eyes. I like her eyes, but I had a ton of batting average. All right. Okay. Well, somewhere along the lines, my thing got fucked up. Oh, for some reason, I only have 30 rounds or 29 rounds. Set up here. Okay. Well, that'll end that then, I guess. That's so weird. Oh, 7. Add 1 reserve. There we go. All right, so it's on me. I get the catcher who I was kind of eyeing after all those other guys went. I may end up dropping him at some point, but I just want to check one thing before I make this play. But it's likely going to be Tyler Stevenson. I just love Stevenson. He's worked on his defense a lot. So, boom. That ends that. I'm going to just real quick update my board. And as soon as the draft is officially over, I will start chatting with you guys a little bit more. So Sale. God, people just, I wonder if it's Anthony, Jason Anthony, who's a really, really good player. So just don't know how you hold on to Chris Sale for so long. I guess you just use your first drop. I mean, it's 30th round, so obviously who the hell cares, right? But Teheran, Jeff Hoffman, and Roberto Perez, Tyler Stevenson, Mitch Moreland. All right. Well, Bass went a lot later than I thought. I ended up getting sniped on Bass. He was around a lot longer than I thought he would be. I was really, really surprised by that. So, yeah, I think for sure Giardi is a guy who will keep him in the role, especially because the Marlins, they don't want to pay Yimi Garcia big money in arbitration by giving him saves. So I don't think it was Marwin. I wonder if oh, never mind. I was thinking of Josh Harrison. Wonder why you take Marwin there. Just for the flexibility. I'm not gonna play every day. Anyways, so yeah, I think Bass is the guy. I've gotten Bass a lot. I would have taken him too. I think Marwin might have been a mistake. I think they're going to back it up here. He was attempting to pick Danny Jansen and took Marwin Gonzalez. So this draft has had a lot of mistakes there. Okay, so they've backed it up. He's going to take Danny Jansen. Interesting. Why would they take a third catcher? Or is my sheet messed up? Let's see. Yeah, they're going to take a third catcher. Interesting. I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, mine's ending right now, Colin. So, except for we've been suspended for a third time. This time, at least, it wasn't the same guy as the last two times. Apparently, he wants Danny Jansen. And he accidentally took Marwin Gonzalez. So, oh wow, okay. So the same guy who took Mondesi in the second round also took Eduardo Rodriguez and Framber Valdez. You may find yourself in a predicament at some point, buddy. So we'll see, though. The rest of his team, he doesn't have any more stashes. But Jason Anthony, his last name's Anthony. I assume it's Jason Anthony because he's a really good player. He took 3 stashes in the reserves, but still 3 stashes. Another guy took 2 stashes in Quinn and Kim, and 3 stashes in Gallen, Soroka, and Kim, and 4 stashes Nola. Oh wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we just can't take as much time as last time. So if you, I will. I don't want to be in here for an extra half hour. So Colin, I'll send you the link. And you can jump in. So dun dun dun. Dun, dun, dun. Mr. Weatherwax. There you go. You got an early tea time. Hey, I just sent you the link. You're more than welcome to jump in for a little bit. So we can compare teams. I'm interested to see who you got. But they're still trying to figure out what went wrong here. Apparently something went wrong. So what I'll do right now is I'm gonna I'll wait for Colin to jump in here, and then I'll go through my team, and then he can go through his team. So I'm just going to scroll to the top right now, and I'll start. I already scrolled to the top. Haha. So I was drafting the 8th spot. Okay, there you go. They finally got Danny Jansen picked here. Actually, I'm going to wait till the draft's over, guys. So here you go. There's Colin. So Colin,
yo,
how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? Happy main event day. Happy happy new opening day. I mean, it is here at the central
Yeah,
time zone.
not quite here.
Yeah.
But here, I'll take my screen. I'll stop sharing my screen. You can share yours.
Perfect. That works. Awesome.
You can go through your team. Oh, you guys finishing up while I watch the end of my draft and see who doesn't get picked.
All right. So you told me whenever we talked today that there was no chance that Giolito was going to be there at number 15.
Was he really? No way.
Giolito Bueller, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, your league did not do pitching like mine.
Okay, so there's a couple of weird teams, dude.
I can't even see your board fully, but
you can't.
Well, no, because it's here. I'll just because it's so small in the screen.
I can zoom in. You're
no. You're fine. I had to enlarge my screen. Pitching went crazy. Like just looking at yours, like pitching went just absolute crazy in mine. Which is totally fine. It allowed me to get some good hitter values too.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. All right. So go through your team.
All right. So yeah, I talked to you today about the possibility of doing pocket aces, and I think you kind of talked me into it, especially after the first round, how it played out. So I mean, pretty much the top 13 are by the book, in my opinion. At least the top 11. You see Story going at 12, Freeman at 13, and then 14. I was sitting there just waiting, like, don't take Giolito, don't take Bueller, because I don't feel comfortable taking Bauer in the first or second round. So he took Bauer. I went Giolito, Bueller right off the bat. Perfectly fine with that. Came back around. I really wanted LeMahieu. I got sniped on LeMahieu. Went Albies Bregman, which I still kind of like. I get two guys at the top of really good lineups. Albies is going to get me probably 10 to 15 home runs with maybe 20 to 25 steals, and then really good average. Same thing with Bregman. He's going to give me a lot of power and then some speed. So yeah, I really like the start, and then I got my boy Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan went really late in mine.
That's what Kenny Butchram was in my chat, and he's like, "Hey, Alvarez went like 7-7 in your draft." I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He went right before me, and Cruz had already gone off the board, and I was actually somewhat thinking about it.
Ooh.
And then
McAfee, how are you?
Yeah. And then he went, and I was like, okay, well, I'll target Stan. And then he went. I did not get a UT only player.
Really?
But that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But I don't mind locking down the UT spot, and I think we talked about this last time. Yeah. Then I went Conforto, Verdugo. I was really wanting Verdugo in one of these drafts, so I'm really glad I got him. I did have to kind of reach for him. But I was also surprised that Presley was there because Rosenthal went in the 7th. Karinchak went right before me. And then Iglesias went at the beginning of the 6th, or at the end of the 6th. So Presley, I have kind of right there, right after Iglesias. So I was surprised that he lasted that long, and I was able to lock down a closer, which I usually don't do. Then I went Edmund, got some positional eligibility. Aaron Savale, Hector Neris. So I think I sent this in your chat. Look at these closers that go before Neris. Colomé, Hicks, Kimbrel, Jake McGee.
Yeah. Neris went, I think, earlier in mine. Looking it up right now.
So I was pretty happy to get him.
Neris went in the beginning of the 11th, so a little bit
so I got
before
him at the
you.
end of the 11th. Yeah. But yeah, he was given the job today. I figured that would kind of hype him up a little bit. So I was pretty happy to get him, pair him with Presley. I got two pretty solid closers, in my opinion. Anthony Santander, I'm a little worried about the oblique. I'm not going to lie. This was the same injury. I think you said this on the podcast. It was the same injury from last year. So I'm a little worried about that.
I think he's okay, though.
Yeah, I think he's fine, too. I mean, he said he's ready to go for opening day.
Yeah,
but still, it's an injury that can reoccur for sure.
I almost went Santander, but he ended up going right before I could pull the trigger on him.
Really?
Trying to find him. Let's see. Yeah, so I passed on Santander for Urshela, who you got the next round.
Yeah, so I actually got to wait a whole round for him. 13th round, into the 13th round for Urshela, and I have him in quite a few leagues. I think it's great. I got your boy Manny Margot.
I got Margot as well.
Yeah,
the first picks we have the same. Is this
three that little clump right here?
Yeah, Urshela, Margot, Yarborough. So
yeah, I wasn't too keen on Yarborough, but it was kind of a panic pick. So it is what it is. Then I got Mark Hanna, perfectly fine with that, leading off for the Oakland A's. Tanner Scott as my third closer.
Nice.
So that's something that I usually don't do. I'm perfectly fine with spending all my fab on closers, but I just kept seeing all the value for the closers drop. And then you'll really like this. I went Tellez at the turn for Scott and Tellez. And then I was like, why is Gurriel still there the next round?
He's
like
falling.
I should have flipped those. Like logically, you would think you would flip those two. So I was super surprised to see Yuli Gurriel fall back. So I jumped the gun. I'll just platoon both of them at first base. Got my first share of Alejandro Kirk. Got Josh Rojas in the 21st round as my middle infielder. Framber Valdez, I took a flyer in the 22nd. Like, why not? I mean,
yeah, Valdez went in the 22nd of ours as well.
Yeah,
but the guy who took him also stashed two other injured guys.
Yeah, see, that was my first stash. And I at that point I was like, it doesn't matter. I can cut him if I want to. It's 22nd round, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then I realized that my starting pitchers were kind of bad, honestly. So I took this little double dip right here, hoping one of them hit in Mitch Keller and Casey Mize. That way I can get a pretty good,
I like both those picks. Keller, I got sniped on Keller.
Did you?
He went in the 20th round. I was a little bummed there. So that's a nice little value.
Yeah, if one of them hits, then I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
And this is something weird for me also, because me and you always talk about the catchers, and a 2-catcher league, we kind of just wait. Well, I went Kirk in the 20th round, and then I went Jeffers in the 25th round. So that's about 5 and 10 rounds too early for both of us. But, I actually like my catcher position coming out of the draft, which is, kind of crazy. I almost set the max pick on Jonathan Scope. I was 4 picks away from setting the max in the main on Jonathan Scope.
Guess who might have?
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I took Jonathan Scope in the 20th round.
This is the 26th round.
Yeah. Oh, the max. Oh, I thought you were
the max.
I don't know what. Wow.
Yeah, I was 4 picks off of setting the max on Jonathan Scope. I didn't understand it at all.
380. Yeah, no, he was falling in mine. I was like, he's clearly the best player on the board.
Right.
In the 20th round, I needed power and I needed an MI, and I was like, okay, well that makes it easy, because I had wanted Josh Rojas, but he went in the 18th before my 19th round pick. So
gotcha. Yeah, well, I got both of them. So boom.
There you
go. Chad Kuhl gets the Cubs to start off the season. Perfectly fine with that as my streamer. Willie Adames, I realized that I only had Tommy Edman that was shortstop eligible kind of late.
Yeah.
So I went Willie Adames.
Dude, you got some deals.
I know, dude. Everyone was dropping. I didn't understand it.
I wanted Adames.
I was comparing our boards, and I was like, okay, well, that guy went super early. That guy went super early in your draft, and they're still on my board. Same thing with my last pick, Adrian Morejon. He went like in your 23rd, 24th round. Yeah. And I got him as my last pick. And then Yoshi Susugo potential leadoff hitter for the Tampa Bay Rays. Just saying. In the 29th round, why not?
Yeah, you take the gamble, right? I think he's still outfield and third base eligible.
Yes.
And maybe he does lead off. I just think he's not very good.
I don't think he's good either, but it's 29th round. I mean, I can get maybe a fill-in for the first, weekend. That's definitely possible. But yeah, so out of the draft, I think I'm light on some power. I feel really good about my top pitching. I feel like after this Savali, because it's Giolito, Buehler, Savali, and then it's Yarbrough. So I feel like there's a pretty big drop-off after that. Then you get to those double dip of Valdez, Keller, Mize. So my starting pitchers, I feel, are a little iffy. But if my dart throws hit, then I'm good. My saves, I actually come out of a draft feeling good about my saves, which I usually don't. So yeah, for me, it's just power and then maybe my SP4, SP5. So it was a really interesting room. I'll send you the draft board afterwards. You can kind of see like a couple teams. I don't know what they were doing, honestly.
I know a couple of the guys, but I don't know many of them.
Yeah, so I don't know many of them.
Obviously, Mike Masato in this draft.
Yeah.
And
Geller is DeGilt on Twitter. I think you know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a Danny Dimes coin as his avatar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so and then Pearson. I know Pearson.
And I know Perry.
You know Perry?
Yeah. Interesting build he did.
Yeah. This one was kind of weird with your first two hitters being like no power at all.
Ooh, I mean, that's a lot of pitching.
Yeah. And then this team too, starting off DeGrom, Maeda, Snell, and then going catcher, Robles, is a little strange.
That's very strange.
This one with your ace is Strasburg. I heard y'all talk about that on the pod today.
Is that Sammy Reed?
No, I don't think it's Sammy Reed.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think it's Sammy Reed. So, yeah, there was a couple of interesting builds, but I was looking at your draft board, and I'm like, dude, you're in a freaking – there's a lot of good players in your league.
Yeah, there are. So I'll share my team. We'll go through it real quick.
Sweet.
Let's see, draft board. There we go. Okay. So I start off Trey Turner.
No way. You got Trey Turner.
At 8.
I'm so shocked.
Yeah, no, I mean, when it got to 7, when Bieber went 6, I was like, oh, shit. I might have a shot. Okay. I might have a shot at Mookie Betts here, who I have 0 shares of this draft season. And so had Betts made it to me, I would have taken Betts just to have some exposure to him. And, I mean, he's just a great player. So,
yeah, of course.
Betts goes, and then it's between kind of Turner and Trout. And I just, I wanted the speed. I wanted the speed. I was afraid of, with Mondesi going down, people might reach a little bit more. People always do reach for speed anyways. We saw it throughout the draft. And I wasn't going to, my last main event was very speed deficient, and I had to make a lot of kind of, speed plays that are kind of ugly. So I did not want that to happen in this draft. So I took Turner. There were a lot of options for me in the second round. Machado's there, Lindor. Bellinger's there, Lindor. I knew I wasn't going to go Lindor just because.
Oh, because you had Trey.
I already had Turner, and so as much as I love Lindor, but I saw what the pitching was doing. 6 pitchers went in the first round. Then, before it even got to me, 10 were off the board.
Yeah, those are 2 completely different boards.
Yeah, I mean, it just kept happening that way too. So I went with Woodruff. It gets back around to me. And a lot of the guys that I'd kind of been targeting, or that I would hoped would fall to me, didn't necessarily. And so I went, okay, what do I want to do here? I could take Anthony Rendon, or I can take Randy Arozarena, or I could take Clayton Kershaw. And I was just like, you know what? With the way pitching is moving in this draft,
yep,
why not just take Kershaw?
And that's clearly the end of the tier, because you look, it's almost a full round and a half before the next starter goes off the board. So yeah, I think you made the right play there.
And I mean, I have Kershaw as my number 10 starter. I have Woodruff as my number 7. So in spite of the fact,
high upside guy, and then you're steady Eddie. So
yeah, exactly. So then it gets around to the 4th round, and I was like, oh, do I take, we'd seen already Hendricks go off the board. I was like, I know a closer run is coming. Do I take Chapman, who's my number 2 closer, or do I take Hader because I took Chapman in my other main event? I was like, or, because I thought maybe I could get Suarez the next round. But I thought the same thing in a few other drafts this year, and that hasn't happened. And so I was like, screw it. I'm going to take my guy. I'm going to get Suarez and be happy about it. And then Chapman made it back around to me anyways.
Yeah, he did. You have Suarez over Arenado too?
Yes.
Okay.
So, so I took Suarez, then Chapman made it back around to me anyways. I was like, all right, screw it.
You agonized over nothing.
And I was like, okay, either Brandon Lau or Nick Castellanos would make it back around to me. Castellanos did, so I popped on him, add to that little power base. Then it got back around to me, and the pitching kept going, right? Like just so much yellow on this board. And I was like, okay, I don't necessarily want another pitcher right now, but I was afraid, like, if I didn't pop on someone, then I didn't know what was going to be left for me in a few rounds. So I took Pablo Lopez, who is my number 22 starter. So now I've got 3 top 25 guys, at least by my ranks. So then I wanted to add some runs and some batting average because, Castellanos and Suarez may not provide a ton of either of those. So I took Charlie Blackmon, and then Andres Jimenez gave me the multi-position eligibility, gave me a second baseman.
Your boy.
He's my boy. And then I was looking at my team like, okay, what am I deficient in? I've got saves. I've got average. I have stolen bases. What don't I have?
You don't have Gallo, baby.
I don't have power. And so, or I don't have enough power. And so, like, I was like, all right, took Gallo. The plan had been to take Brantley and then try to get Gallo in the next round. That fit crazy. Toby takes Brantley. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get some average in the next round. And that's why I bumped up and kind of reached a little bit on Urshela, which I'm totally fine with. So, and then I had made a decision. In the 12th round, I was taking Manny Margot. This was like one of the few decisions I made prior to the draft. I was taking him in the 12th round as long as no one else popped on him earlier. So I get my guy. I pretty much wrap up speed with Jimenez, Turner, and Margot. And then the pitching just kept going. Like, the pitching just kept flying off the board. I took Jameson Taillon. I don't have a lot of shares. He's been great in spring. Seems like he's going to be pushed, a decent amount. So took Taillon, got my second closer in Richard Rodriguez in the 14th.
I'm surprised you took Taillon over like Eliezer and Heaney.
I thought I could get Heaney later, and I almost did. But yeah, it did not work out. Yeah. So Heaney went.
Heaney's been falling a lot too.
He has been. So I thought I could get him later. Then the one thing I didn't have on the team was a first baseman. So I was all like, okay, should I take Andrew Vaughn? I was surprised considering he's on the opening day roster that he was still there around pick 200. But I made the decision. I was like, okay, I'm going to take Hunter Dozier this round, and I'll take Vaughn next round if he's still there. Mm-hmm. Of course, Vaughn goes the next pick.
Yeah, he actually went 2 picks before that in my draft, too. Okay. I was kind of in the same boat. I was like, damn, Andrew Vaughn's still out there. Like, maybe I should think about this.
So, yeah, I mean, he's not really been my guy.
Yeah, I don't have any shares, but at that price, he's been pushed up a lot. And maybe because he's not starting opening day, maybe that's why he fell down a little bit. But I really don't understand have any concerns.
Yeah, but I love Hunter Dozier this year. I think and I said a bunch on the stream. Like, people, he was like everybody's favorite guy coming in last year.
He was like the StatCast baby, right?
Yeah, StatCast hero, dude, just like blood red. And then he gets COVID, misses time. And it's just not him, right? Yeah. And so people are like, but people wrote him off. Like, instead of, everybody else, like, who got COVID, it's been like, Meadows started off kind of low, but now has been pushed up. He's gone, 4th round in a lot of these drafts. Moncada, is still going up, very high. But Dozier, people are ignoring him, and he's putting together a hell of a fucking spring. He's going to be third base eligible on top of first and outfield, which is what he's starting with. I like Connor Dozier a lot. So then Ryan Yarbrough, just like on every one of my teams this year. I took a share of Jake Cronenworth.
Nice.
Triple eligible. He seems like he's going to be the everyday second baseman.
Yep.
So it gave me another first baseman, so that way I could move Dozier into my outfield if I need to, or move him over third if I need to at some point.
And you have Jimenez too. So you got a quad eligible, you got a triple eligible.
No, Jimenez is triple also.
Oh, is he triple?
Yeah. Edmonds quad.
That's right.
So then, like, I was looking at my team. I was like, okay, what do I need? I need strikeouts, and Matthew Boyd gets strikeouts. It's the one thing he will definitely give me. He's also been really, really good in spring.
Yeah,
so maybe everybody was just a year early. We'll see. At worst, he's getting me strikeouts, which is what I needed at that point. Then I popped on a catcher way earlier than I usually do.
In the 19th round. Look at that. Were you considering Kirk?
I was, but I was like considering him maybe like in 2 or 3 rounds or something like that.
I see you went like a pick before you. That's why I asked.
I went pick before me. So I took Ramos, just super safe, right?
You need that. You need that pillow. Just keep fluffing it up for Gallo.
Exactly. And then there's Jonathan Scope right there in the 20th round. As we talked about, needed a little bit more power. Get it from Scope. I needed an MI. So I took the shot on Gregory Polanco. Toby had been just fucking killing my queue all draft, which is funny because I said it like right before this pick. Toby and I have different draft strategies typically, right?
Yeah.
And so we don't usually, in the other drafts I've been in with him, we don't typically step on each other's toes quite a bit, but he stepped all over mine. So I made the decision to step all over his with this pick.
Nice.
He became, I think, my 5th outfielder. Then I take Chris Martin in the 22nd round.
I absolutely love that. He went in the 19th round in mine, and I was considering him coming around that turn. So I love that in the 22nd.
Yeah. So, I think he's going to probably share time with Will Smith as the closer, at least initially. But I also think he could easily be the guy at some point too.
And he'll still contribute until he's the guy. So
then I took a couple flyers in Alex Kirilloff and Kyle Isbell.
So Isbell, I actually got in the second to last round yesterday in the MEQ, and he went in the second to last round today in my main event. But I love Isbell. Just the fact that you can get him so late, he's going to start. He might not lose the job, and he could get you 10 and 10, maybe even more.
I think he could even be like probably 15-15, honestly.
There you go.
If he gets enough plate appearances, that's dependent. And let's see, so that's 23 rounds times 15 plus 8. So that was his min pick by about 20 picks.
Okay, Isbell guy, I see you.
I didn't think I was an Isbell guy, and maybe I should have, but I wanted him, and so I went and took him. And nobody really went in the next round that I was going to take anyway. So Archie Bradley, just taking a shot. I know Nerys is the guy, or at least they said he's the guy, but he's also been a guy that has lost the role. And if he blows a save or two early on, they'll give it to Bradley. So, just kind of a spec play. Bradley may end up getting dropped from my roster, but I took the gamble. He's been my guy all all draft season.
Why stop now?
Yeah, so go back to the well. Took Tommy LaStella, first, second eligibility. I love that. Could play CI or corner for me.
Supposed to lead off too, right?
Yeah, he's good. Well, at least against righties.
Yeah.
So, and they open against the Mariners. And he's Marco. So you're gonna get quite a few lefties early on. So he probably won't be in my lineup to start the season because they've got Marco, Kikuchi, and Sheffield.
Yeah, but you
and
can plug them
Paxton.
in at 5 spots: util, first, second, middle, or corner.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
that's really
he's
valuable.
on my reserve list. Then Dobnek is just having an electric spring. I know he didn't make the rotation, but that
It's
actually
worth the
might work.
flyer. Yeah,
Yeah, that might be worth it. Then I took Rafael Dolis in case Romano isn't the closer.
love it.
So, and then I wanted a shortstop. One of the things, that I, hesitated a little bit on by taking Turner at 8 was the fact that, there's a COVID issue in Washington right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who the guys are. Now, they didn't bring up a shortstop. They brought up Luis Garcia. They brought up a backup catcher. They brought up an outfielder. And they brought up a pitcher.
Can Garcia play short though? I think he can.
I probably if
He could fake it.
They could probably fake it if they needed him to. But yeah, I doubt that's what they want to do. And there's really, unless they're going to play, I guess they could play Jordy Mercer there if they needed to. We haven't yet heard who the guys are that have been exposed, who's the actual culprit of this situation. But I picked Jonathan Villar because he's shortstop eligible. And I can just throw him in there. He may only get one start, for the Mets in the first 3 days. But and if someone gets hurt, if Jeff McNeil continues to flounder like he has throughout entire spring training, maybe VR finds himself in the starting lineup. There's a lot of paths for him to play.
He was going 250 picks earlier than this, like a month ago.
I took him much earlier this in my other main event because I needed the speed.
Yeah. So, 29th round, you're throwing darts, and that's a pretty good dart to throw.
He has returned second or third round value twice in his career. Who knows? And then Tyler Stevenson, love the upside for Stevenson.
For sure.
Another guy I saw at AFL a few years ago, fell in love with him. And all he's got is Tucker Barnhart kind of in his, in his way. So that is, that's my team. I feel really good about my team. The biggest issue for me is I may be a little bit power deficient. I may need some more strikeouts, but I can stream those once I stream some of those relievers off my bench. And I grade out a little power deficient. I don't think I'm that power deficient. So
not when you have Gallo on your team.
Not when I have a guy who can hit 75.
Exactly.
Gallo. So yeah, I really like this team. I actually like it more than my first main event team, which I liked a lot as well. So I'm feeling pretty good. And this was a very, very tough room.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the first couple. Posma, Mitsef. I was in Mitsef's league, I believe, in 2018 whenever I won the league. Obviously, John Fish, Toby, crazy, Bosch, Anthony. DiVincenzo looks familiar as well.
Yeah, he came in ninth. He's the one who came, I think, 9th overall in 2019.
Wow.
With Dave McDonald, their partners.
Wow. Yeah. So, this is a stacked room, dude.
I think
coming out of this draft feeling good about your team is a good start, honestly. I mean, with all the Sharks that are in this league, if you feel good about your team, if you feel like you rank well after playing with these guys, then you should be set moving forward.
One of the guys in the league right there, Matt Hurley, who's targeting Bregman, Rendon, Suarez there. And then he had to go with Arenado as the backup. It hurts. It's that happens, man. When you're in a league with a bunch of smart people. So, it's I definitely was sniped quite a few times. I felt really good about like the first half of my draft. I felt like that couldn't have fallen much better than it did. And then there were some moments where I was like, oh no, that guy went. Oh, that guy went. That guy went.
Yeah.
But that being all things being equal, I really like my team. So
yeah. Honestly, I am so glad I practiced yesterday with the main event qualifier, just because I had a feeling that I wouldn't like the 15th pick. Yesterday was absolutely brutal. I hated it. I hated my team. I hated getting sniped like 5 picks before I was supposed to come up. But whenever you're at the corner, like you have to make the tough calls. You got to jump people. You're not going to get the people that fall. that are the guys that are falling on ADP, they most likely won't make it all the way to you. So you have to make the tough calls, and that's something that, doing that yesterday and then coming into this today, I felt a lot better making those calls than I did yesterday. So, but yeah, we both built two completely different teams. Obviously, we were picking differently as well. We weren't picking from the same spot, but I started pocket aces. You started Trey Turner. I mean, you still got two pretty great aces in Woodruff and Kershaw. So, we'll see what happens, man. I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, I mean, I took Kershaw, and I said this during the draft. Like, I took Kershaw in the second round of my other main event. So when he was there in the third, it was like, I don't know how to pass this up.
Yeah, obviously.
And so, yeah, I mean, I like this team quite a bit. So I like your team as well. I think you have some holes that you're going to need to fill for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But they're not the holes that typically people come out with. And so you're like, while you can obviously gamble on some, like, on some closers and stuff here and there, you don't need to, while other people are definitely going to need to. So
yeah, and that's usually the route I go. I usually start gambling on some closers. I'm perfectly fine with blowing fab on closers, and if everything breaks right with Presley, Nerese, and Tanner Scott, then I can focus those fab dollars on some power, and then I can just kind of go from there. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm glad I jumped into a main event. I know most of the people that are on Twitter and, in our group, they weren't surprised that I made an appearance. But, if you'd have told me a month ago that I'd be doing this right now, I probably would have told you you're crazy. But here we are. It's almost opening day. We got about, 12 hours or so till opening day kicks off. So we got our last drafts done, and we're ready to go, man.
This is true. I'm pumped. Like, I'm ready. I got to go set 29 lineups.
Oh, yeah. I got to set 6. So we're completely flipped from last year.
Yeah. So, or from 2 years ago. You didn't play at all last year.
Yeah. I mean, do you remember how many I drafted last year?
Yeah,
and then they were all refunded. Yeah.
Well,
so I still had to go, except for the DCs. So I had to go and set those lineups. But yeah, I think I drafted like 50, 55 teams last year, but then, more than half of them were refunded. So,
yeah. All right. Hey, brother, it's great to see you. Good luck this season.
You too, man.
We'll be chatting all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, but good luck. Hopefully, you can finish second overall. I'll finish first overall. How about that?
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take
good
it. So just take down the OC while you're at it, okay? So that way you can get that extra 75.
Oh man, dude, that's the dream, right?
Get yourself to Lindy.
But we'll see. All right, man. Thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate it, for sticking around for 4 hours while I did this. We had, as many as 100 people watching this, me draft this. So,
oh, nice, man. Congrats.
So,
good job, viewers. Way to go.
Where can people reach you on Twitter if they want to follow you?
Yeah, you can find me at cweatherwax13. I'll be tweeting more about some baseball moving forward. Definitely some MLB The Show as well. It's coming out in 2 weeks. So really excited about that. I'll probably throw up a golf course picture tomorrow morning. So
nice.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, again, thanks for having me on. It's been fun following your drafts and, being involved with this stuff again. So looking forward to the season, man.
Yeah, me too. I cannot wait. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably watching it on Twitter at Just Mason FWFB. That's Just Mason FWFB is also my Twitch. If you're looking for YouTube, these videos are all on YouTube still. So you can go back and watch some of the other drafts if you want, if you're a masochist. That's just Justin Mason Fantasy or Just Mason FWFB. I can't remember which one. And then it's on Facebook as well. So yeah, that is going to wrap up this live stream. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy.